This might be one of the most epic cell phones in history that's going to land this activist in prison. It was uncovered originally by Libs of TikTok, I believe, about a particular individual planning to put little pills in the hands of people that didn't have prescriptions for them, and in fact, young people. This was their form of quote-unquote activism, except unfortunately for them, this is super duper illegal. And then after a light was shined on it even further by Matt Walsh, turns out that this person has an absolutely horrendous past. All sorts of claims of just terrible, terrible behavior. This is by the post-millennial, a trans activist who boasted of an illegal scheme to distribute hormone meds to youngins, is also accused by of the R word by multiple other women. Popular social media account Libs of TikTok uncovered an Instagram post from May by Eli Ehrlich, a trans-identified biological male, that publicly detailed the scheme to send these things to youth through a distribution network. There are, quote, over 20 states trying to criminalize this now, particularly for the youth. So my friends and I had an idea, sending out our extra prescriptions around the country. By the way, again, illegal. If you need them, I'm working with a distribution network to get you access. Everything is free, no questions asked. We have hundreds of doses of all sorts of things available right now. All are prescribed by doctors and unused. See, the thing is that the people getting them, though, will not be prescribed them. Each package comes with information on how to use it, obtaining blood work, etc., etc. I realize this is only a band-aid solution. We need full access and affirmative medical care from professionals immediately. However, missing a single dose can be devastating, especially for teens. You shouldn't be taking them at all when you're that young, by the way. Some people would say at all. My position is, hey, if you can go fight for your country when you're 18, then you can put whatever you want into your body. But before that, you shouldn't be doing that. These laws are outrageous, and I can't wait for them to be overturned. They won't be. In the meantime, DM me if you need them, HRT, or if you have overprescribed that you're like to contribute to this. Matt Walsh of the Daily Wire retweeted the Libs of TikTok post calling out Ehrlich's highly illegal scheme. Wow. You're sending them across the country. Tickets, by the way, this is a major issue. Without prescriptions, parental consent, or any legal authority whatsoever, this is a crime on several different levels. In response, Ehrlich tagged Matt Walsh and Libs of TikTok in an Instagram story that boasted, "Thanks for the free advertising. Pride cometh before the fall." Libs of TikTok and Walsh encouraged their followers to report the scheme to the US DEA because testosterone is Schedule 3 controlled substance that is more strictly regulated than others. Submitting a tip to the DEA right now that will report Eli Ehrlich's confessed plan to ship this stuff across the nation. I've submitted a tip to DEA. Libs of TikTok also tweeted. A detailed report by Shay Woollahan of Redux magazine uncovered numerous claims of terrible behavior by this person. One of the people on the receiving end said that they were just awful physically to them. There's two posts made in September by a young black woman described how he left her body in bad shape, we'll say. This is like half dozen women come forward, ends up canceling this person. Now, here's the original post. Now, of course, they ended up deleting that post. Of course, Libs of TikTok and Matt Walsh alert DEA about an individual openly discussing effort to give away prescriptions to youths. What I think was funny is, red flag. And then you see Matt Walsh picks it up. Eli deleted the original Instagram post, but is now bragging that we're, quote, helping to advertise their running program which is confirmation that you did at least have a plan to commit federal crimes, and it's still ongoing. Lots of great evidence, all helpfully provided by Eli personally. I mean, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. And then, of course, people are going after their job. You can see, you go, hello, do you condone the actions of one of your PhD candidates confessing to committing a federal crime, shipping kids these things across the country? I mean, it's like you grow up in a world of zero consequences. This is what happens when you feel untouchable, right? You go on Twitter, you go on YouTube, and you say, I identify as this thing. And social media, Twitter in particular, even TikTok also, and YouTube, they all trip over themselves to protect you from literally any criticism. So then you end up getting this big head, like that one YouTuber who's now taking a mental health break. I wonder why. Because, they felt like they could openly harass me and harass my sponsors, and then that didn't work out for them because they grow up and they think, well, if I'm some people, not all, some, in particular these internet personalities, they're like, well, all I have to do is pull the T card and I can absolutely do whatever I want. Well, and I'm going to brag about it online because nobody's going to come for me, because when the DEA shows up, I'll just say, excuse me, are you a bigot? I don't have to follow the same laws as you. Here's a crime on several different levels. This is one of the most hilarious backfires yet. I mean, it's just absolutely hilarious. And there's even more. You see, I've covered I've uncovered more evidence of her scheme. It appears it's been going on since at least September 2021. And by the way, this is somebody, I can't say what it is, but has taken their fist and put it like, inside their partners and damaged them so badly that that there's like a half dozen of them claiming it. But it's interesting that they have this weird MO. And here's Eli encouraging others to do it. Here's Adam McMaster saying, been practicing number 6 for a few years now. I have to say it can be life-saving. Great to hear that. Number 6 is redistribute your extra hormones to people who can't access and afford them. Again, you need a prescription for this. Blair Wright replies, I asked Eli for a statement because I'm doing a video on the situation. And you can see that the youth deserve life-saving affirmative care. You can quote me on that. You're going to make one superb prison bee. Quote me on that. So she actually replied and said, and now look at Eli locked her account down. Tweets are protected. This is a PhD candidate at USSC, researching political philosophy, social movement, and trans history. Writer, public speaker. This person's life is going to be completely destroyed. And by the way, good then. Because if they were sending people's kids these pills through the mail, that's a major crime. Major crime. And that you would go online and brag about it is absolutely indicative of this entitlement, this rules for thee but not for me behavior that we see so often now on social media. But the thing is, at some point, so schmeed becomes real life. And if they were actually, now the fact, if they were talking about it behind the scenes, if they had actually sent any out, they're going to be in big trouble. Because if I know, like Matt's followers and Libs of TikTok followers, they've submitted plenty of tips that the DEA is looking into this. And there's obviously a crime in and of just the planning of it. But if they actually sent them, they're probably going to prison. And if any of these other claims, by the way, these other claims are horrendous. On top of the plan to, redistribute. You see, I think it's hilarious that you deleted the post. Why did you delete the post? And then you also wrote, Libs of TikTok also highlighted a comment in which Ehrlich had written, realistically, I can ship anywhere in North America. And we've seen this again with one Twitch streamer who said that they're going to make this Canadian Twitch streamer who says, You know, she's going to make it her mission to ship these things to kids. I mean, what are you talking about? And by the way, North America means it's international. Not just the United States, but North America. That's Mexico and Canada too. Libs of TikTok and Walsh both said that they reported it, submitting the tip, and I guarantee they did. And I guarantee you hundreds and hundreds of their followers also did. By the way, don't forget that Eli also called for the unaliving of Supreme Court justices. Yep, that's the same person. So this is going to go down as one of the most, I mean, this is somebody who obviously has serious mental issues. If the claims of, you know, what these other women said that they did to them is true, on top of these, this is just going to be one of the most spectacular cell phones of 2022, and I'm really glad to be able to share it with you. If you're new to the channel, please do click that red subscribe button down below. I do 5 to 7 videos a day, and I hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll talk to you again real soon.